I just don't want to get into all that witchcraftery.
I'm not in no witchcraft. I'm not casting spells.
Something's going on. I ain't in it. Dwayne is not in it. How is Wednesday Loyalist Kingdom? My name's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Here we have three true horror stories. So 3 true house sitting horror stories by Mr. Nightmare.
There we go.
Oh my God.
You always look at the first 2 words and combine them.
I don't know why I do that.
So it says 3 true. You said through.
Yeah, let's stop on it. No, let's stop on it. House sitting horror stories. I try to get my best.
That was good.
What?
Yeah, it sounded like you belong with cops. And there he is.
And there he is.
A couple weeks ago, my dad came home and pitched me a small job offer. One of his coworkers was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house.
You're the man.
The reason my dad pitched this to me was because the man's house has a big CCTV system.
So you
Basically
sit in
a camera in every room, and then an operating desk where all screens could be watched on a big monitor. And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always assumes that I know how to work anything technological. The man told my dad that he'd pay me $200 for the 2 days just to watch the house.
Shoot, I'm doing that
Whatever
too.
that meant. My dad drove me to the house and introduced me to the man, whose name doesn't matter. The man made it seem like he preferred
Sorry, that bird outside scared the mess out of me.
as opposed to roaming the house all day. That was fine with me though. So when I wasn't eating, I was mostly just sitting in that room with the TV on in the background.
That's just very
doing
scary
schoolwork
setting.
on my laptop. Ironically, the thing I was doing the least was keeping an eye on the monitors. Night came. I started wondering where in the house I should sleep, since surprisingly we hadn't discussed that. So I sat back down at the desk and looked at all the different rooms on the screens.
The living room on the
had
couch?
beds or couches. I noticed something I wasn't expecting to notice though. The back screen door was open downstairs. I didn't remember it being open. I looked through each and every camera screen in a panic. In the living room, a closet door was open. This one I knew wasn't open earlier.
You better
I
get you a
texted my dad
knife
to call him and ask him if he came
and a
back home.
taser.
Meanwhile, I continued watching the screen. On the grainy, dark image, a tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out from the closet.
No.
I pulled my arms off the desk as I covered my mouth with my hands in shock. As I did this, however, my left elbow pulled some heavy object from the desk onto the floor, creating a big thud.
No.
You're stupid.
The person in the image very clearly moved their head up to the ceiling as a response to the noise.
Oh my
They went for
lord.
the stairs, walking up very, very slowly, step by
You
step.
better go lock that. I would lock that door the first thing I did.
Right.
I text back from my dad saying, "No, he's not. I just spoke to him half an hour ago. Why?"
Somebody's in the house.
Somebody's in the house,
I got
Dad.
so caught up in my phone texting my dad to send help that I didn't even pay attention to the monitor.
He's like
There was
the
a
worst
knock at the
horror
door.
movie like character.
I looked at it and then the screens. The first screen I laid my eyes on was the one showing the person outside the door to the room I was in. When I remembered that door had no lock, the only thing I could think to do was jump out the window into the bushes below. I ran halfway down the block and then stopped when my dad called me.
There you go.
I had him call his friend and ask him if he was expecting somebody in the house. The man said he had no relatives or friends who had his key or would ever let themselves into his home. So he called the cops and had them review the footage. I got to watch all of it, and it showed everything. From the moment the intruder broke the glass to the backyard door, to the moment I jumped out the window and him running away shortly after. The intruder was never found. The footage was just too dark to identify his face.
Man. It was his fault for dropping something. I'm sorry.
I know.
It was his fault. That's your bad.
I
You
know.
should have just sat there motionless and then jump him
One
when he
day
comes
I
in.
agreed to house sit for a friend just for the night. He and his family were going on a short vacation and needed somebody to watch their pets and house. I agreed to do it for a small amount of money. I'd been to his house many times before, so I was familiar with the layout. Nothing eventful happened at all the entire day. I just fed the 2 cats, the fish, and the birds.
Hey, got
I went to sleep on the couch in the sunroom because it was my favorite room in their house. It was a tiny room surrounded by windows with a big TV mounted on the wall.
Cool, I'm staying there
I
too.
fell asleep with the TV on, but I woke up not long after. I turned it off, and now the room was dark.
Oh.
I tried to go back to sleep, but I thought I heard the sound of the PVC gate closing outside. I thought it might have just been the wind. The room had windows surrounding it in 3 directions, so I was basically looking around in a circle out into the darkness.
That's a
I sat
dangerous
back
room to
down
be
on
in
the couch while I
anyway.
calmed down, but I heard a leaf crunching outside.
Oh yeah, that's somebody.
That's when I knew
Or a
someone
deer.
was out there. I
It
took
might.
another look outside. There was literally somebody pressed up against the glass to the window behind the couch.
Oh no.
They were looking in, but I didn't know if they could see me or not. I yelled as loud as I could at them to fuck off. I'm not a big dude, but whoever this guy was appeared to be, so I wasn't going out there.
Okay.
Shockingly, this
But you
didn't scare the
instigated.
person away. In fact, they walked over to the back door and tried the doorknob. I ran to get the phone, and then I yelled into the sunroom, "I'm calling the police." Thankfully, this worked. He ran off. I didn't actually call the cops, though. Instead, I texted my friend just to let him know of an almost break-in.
Why does somebody call
I
the
slept through
cops?
the night in an
Okay.
upstairs bedroom, locked. The next morning, my friend's family returned to find all of the tires on their sedan that was left behind had been slashed.
Wow.
Oh, that was
We
targeted.
speculated that somebody
Yeah.
who had it out for their family
Yeah.
knew of the
Yeah.
vacation they were taking
They were
had some kind
targeting.
of plan to break in. But when that failed, they settled for this. That's just speculation, but
I think
No, that's
so.
no.
That's targeting.
terrifying explanation to me.
That's
Pause,
targeting.
that's targeted.
That's targeting.
One of your coworkers or
Yeah.
somebody was trying to
Like,
plot on you because
yeah.
it was only
You did something at work and you pissed them off,
Mm-hmm.
and they were sitting there every day at work trying to get you back, and then you bragging at work about you going on some vacation, and they know exactly where you live at. They
Like,
say,
oh,
okay,
Tom, he's going on
so
vacation.
Tom's going on vacation when?
this for taking my pencils.
Okay.
Nah.
Take my stapler at work, Johnny.
And never return it. Like,
Right.
You know, some
or
crazy
you
people
bite
out here.
up the pencil and stuff like that,
Yeah.
put your mouth all on it. Now I got your germs.
Just like-
and now my baby's sick. And
Yeah.
now, like, you know, so, you know, that was
That
targeted.
was targeted for sure, though.
That was
Nobody-
targeted.
No regular burglar just go slash
I
somebody.
know,
Yeah.
and targets your house this specific time when you're
Yeah.
going on
It
vacation.
was targeted. Let's dive
Yeah.
on in.
I wish somebody would. I got you when I come back.
Well, remember that old
I used to
PlayStation?
work as a
Yes,
teacher,
remember that?
so
I used to-
make a little extra cash. One day I saw an ad posted in the library that was requesting a house sitter for the weekend and to inquire through phone. I
I'm
was
not
used to
joking.
babysitting, but house sitting sounded even better. Same thing, minus taking care of kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the number as soon as I got home and
Man.
spoke with a guy named Chuck. I met him that Friday and he showed me around the house. He and his wife eventually went on their way and I was left alone in the house. I was given one of the spare upstairs bedrooms. I say one of because there were a few. The house was huge.
Oh, they got money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing out of
I
the
see.
ordinary was going on at all for the whole day. It was quite uneventful, and I felt like I was missing out on going out since it was a Friday night. But I
Oh,
kept reminding myself that I'd be making $200 for the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I take that too.
Later in the night, I kind of just laid in the
Just
guest
to
bed
do
that I'd be
nothing,
sleeping in
really.
and watching
Yeah.
a movie on demand. I wondered why this couple felt the need to hire somebody to watch their house for the whole weekend. There weren't any pets or anything after all.
Because they got target.
Though it was
Yeah,
a very,
obviously.
very nice house. So it seemed the most obvious that they just wanted a sense of security for their house while they were gone.
Alarm system.
Hmm.
By the time I turned
Right.
off the TV, I was shot and probably minutes away from falling asleep. But the slight sound of a click, along with a sudden glow in the room, woke me completely.
Mm.
I opened my eyes fully to see light creeping out from under the crack of a door. It took me a second to realize that it was a closet door. I flipped on my side as my heart started beating 200 beats a minute. I pulled the sheets up to my chin and pretended to be asleep. I was certain someone was in that closet, and I was simply too afraid to get out of that bed and make any noises.
Man, I'm getting a weapon.
Words can't describe my fear in that bed.
Get you that
With
lamp.
each
Pick
passing
it up.
minute, I felt more and more like I could possibly die. The closet door opened. I could hear it, but I could not see it as I was facing the opposite way. I closed my eyes and tried my best not to move. The room went dark again as I heard another click, a bit louder this time. The closet door quietly closed in the background, but I didn't hear anything else. I was afraid that whoever it was went back into the closet. I didn't know what to do because
They
they
can't
had
come
to
out
have
the
seen
closet.
me.
They
And
like
I
it
didn't
in
want to
there.
run for it in fear of being chased. The room
I'm gonna go
was
grab a
silent
snack.
as I was thinking over my next course of action. Eventually, I decided to just peek over to the other side and make sure the coast was clear. I flipped on my other side. Someone was standing right next to the bed with their hand reaching towards me.
Oh!
My reaction, I pulled my arms up towards me, balled up, and backed up onto the wall in shock. The person stood there showing no signs of leaving. I hopped over the metal bar at the end of the bed, ran for the door, down the stairs, and then out the front door. I ran all the way home, let myself in, called Chuck, and explained. I told him it was his problem now and hung up. He tried calling back, but I didn't answer.
That's some real
Maybe there was some story to be told, like they knew this person, or they frequently dealt with break-ins, and that's why they needed me. I didn't care.
He said, dang.
He said, it's your
problem. I just didn't want to speak to that Chuck guy ever again, or see that house.
And he don't even know him either.
No, he don't know.
It's just somebody random. It's not like you're doing this for your friend or
Chuck.
something. He was like, hey, Chuck.
This your problem now.
There's a dude in your house. I got out. It's your problem. If he's here when you come back, you deal with that.
Man.
I'm not doing it. Okay, you keep your money. That is so funny. Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
I used to have those clicking sounds. Remember I told you that, right?
Clicking.
Like in my room, like when I would like be like sleep, like it would be late at night. It would be like middle of the night. Everyone's asleep, right? My room was right next to the bathroom.
Right.
So I would be hearing like the bathroom like light switch like going on and off and stuff like that, but I would never see a light come on. But I would swear that I would hear it clicking like click and then click, and like I would be hearing it and I'm just sitting there like, cause you know like when I'm asleep I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't know.
So like,
yeah, I don't know about the clicks and stuff. I don't know.
no, but when I'm asleep, I don't know what's going on. So I would sit there and thinking like, am I dreaming or is this happening? Am I really hearing this clicking? And that would happen for like a few nights, like all like on and off. Like I think it was a ghost or something, but I really do. I think it is.
Anyway, guys, please comment below and tell us what you think.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and share.
This is more, guys.
Why you always make me sound like I'm crazy?
I just don't want to get into all that witchcraftery.
I'm not in no witchcraft. I'm not casting spells.
Something's going on. I ain't in it. Dwayne is not in it.
Yes, you are. We're here
Loyalist
together.
Dwayne is not in it. Well, I've been hitting neural clicks when I've been asleep. So
okay.
yes, that's a you problem. Jasmine, you got this man in your house. You got to deal with that by yourself. I'm
So you
done.
was gonna save me?
Oh, that's all. That's your house, Chuck.
Fine.